Hello fellow booktubers, my name is Lauren and you're watching Dreams Books Courage, and as you may or may not be able to tell, I'm back at college. Most of my videos will be pre-filmed, but my wrap-ups and TBR videos will not be. I really don't like mixing a wrap-up video with a TBR video just because I know some people prefer watching one type of video over the other, but this month I decided to just do both in one video because I did only end up reading 2 books in August and I don't plan on reading too many in September. So let's go ahead and get into what I read in the month of August. I don't have either of the books with me at college, but the first book that I read was Mr. Penumbra's 24-Hour Bookstore by Robin Sloan. I really don't want to give you a summary of what this novel is about because it's just such an amazing novel, and I feel like it's really fun to just go into this type of book without any description whatsoever. Just know that it's a mystery and it's a great book to read if you love books that talk about loving books. And it also deals with like typography, which I found really interesting, and how technology affects books and reading in general. I just found this book to be fascinating. And I would recommend this book to absolutely everyone. This book reads like a fantasy, but the overall elements are definitely more contemporary. This book is just so amazing and fantastical and magical, and I loved every single second of reading this book. It's such a masterpiece. And I've heard someone say that this is like National Treasure except for book lovers. And I feel like that's a perfect description for this novel. It's just so amazing, and of course I give this one 5 out of 5 stars. And the other novel that I read in the month of August was actually in play format, and that is the final installment of the William Shakespeare Star Wars series by Ian Doescher. This of course being episode 3, Tragedy of the Sith's Revenge. I felt like this was a great conclusion to this series. This series is overall amazing, and I just love the ways that Ian Doescher incorporates Shakespeare with Star Wars. This is definitely my least favorite movie of the Star Wars saga, but I felt like this is one of my favorite books of the series. So the fact that Ian Doescher can make me love something even more than I already do definitely speaks volumes to his writing. I really love this one, although it wasn't my complete favorite of the series. So I give this one 4.5 stars out of 5. And I would give the overall series 4.5 to 5 stars because it's such an amazing series. I highly recommend it for fans of Shakespeare or Star Wars or both. So that's all that I read in the month of August. If you want to hear more of my thoughts, definitely ask me questions about these books down below. So now let's get on to the books that I plan to read in September. Over this past summer, I've just been putting 5 books on my TBR every single month, but now I'm going to go back to the previous system that I was using last school year, which is for however many books that I managed to read in the previous month, I will put that number of books on my TBR for the following month. So since I read 2 books in the month of August, I only have 2 books on my TBR for this month along with a novella. So let's go ahead and get into those. The first thing that I plan to finish in the month of September is the novella, and that is The Secret Sharer by Joseph Conrad. And this is definitely not the full length of the novella. It's way shorter than that. It's actually only 36 pages. So I'm definitely planning on finishing it by Monday because I have to read it by Tuesday. From what I've read so far, this all takes place on a ship, and a guy mysteriously appears on this ship for unknown reasons. And I feel like maybe it's a mystery in some sorts, but I honestly don't really know what's happening so far. I've heard a lot of people say that they don't like Joseph Conrad, but so far I'm really enjoying this writing style. And I don't think I mentioned this beforehand, but I'm actually reading this for a class, which is about contemporary approaches to literature. So basically it's looking at literature through different veils of theories. So I feel like it'll be very interesting to look at this throughout different theories, but I'm definitely intrigued with how this one's going to be ending up. Next, we have a novel that I've already started and I'm hoping to finish in September, and that is Lost Stars by Claudia Gray, which takes place within the canon of Star Wars. And this book starts between the 3rd and 4th episode of Star Wars, but then it continues on to at least the 4th episode. This is quite a chunk of a book, especially to be reading during college. It's about 550 pages long. So I'm slowly but surely getting through this book, and I am quite enjoying it and quite enjoying the characters. There are 2 main characters who are best friends, and they're being trained together to become part of the Empire. So it's just very interesting to see people actually enjoy the Empire because I've never seen that before, of course, in the movies. It's always all about the Republic or the Rebel Alliance. And so I'm definitely enjoying getting a look at the Empire side of things and just seeing how their perspectives just change throughout their lives. And so far this is quite a fun read, and I'm looking forward to continuing and finishing it this month. And the final book that I plan on reading in the month of September is one that I've been talking about reading for such a long time that I honestly don't even want to mention it because I feel like everyone's always like, yes, please read this book, and then I end up not reading that book. And that is The Course Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I won't say much about it, but it is about a girl starting her freshman year of college, and I'm in my sophomore year now, so I think it would just be fun to look at another freshman's point of view. And plus, I've just heard amazing things about this book. I want to read it so badly, but I just never get around to reading it. So I'm going to be trying to just keep it on my TBR until I finally finish it. But I'm definitely planning on starting this book in September, and hopefully I'll end up reading it, but who knows, I haven't so far. But of course, I can always hope for the future in which I actually do end up reading it. So I think that's all I'm going to be saying about this one. As always, definitely tell me your opinions down below on all of these books. And if you have any questions on my opinion of what I have read or what I'm going to read, definitely ask me down below. Thank you all so much for watching, and now I'm gonna go get back to reading.